He was the man behind Microsoft organization, and he was the man behind the world's largest non-profitable organization. Yes, today we are going to talk about William Henry Gates III, commonly known as Bill Gates. Gates was born in Seattle, Washington, on October 28, 1955. The family lived in the Sandpoint area of Seattle in a home that was damaged by a rare tornado when Gates was 7 years old. Early in his life, Gates observed that his parents wanted him to pursue a law career. When he was young, his family regularly attended a church of the Congregational Christian Churches, a Protestant Reformed denomination. Gates was small for his age and was bullied as a child. At 13, he enrolled in the private Lakeside Prep School where he wrote his first software program. When he was in the 8th grade, the Mothers Club at the school used proceeds from Lakeside School's rummage sale to buy a teletype Model 33 ASR terminal and a block of computer time on a General Electric (GE) computer for the students. Gates took an interest in programming the GE system in BASIC, and he was excused from math classes to pursue his interest. He wrote his first computer program on this machine, an implementation of tic-tac-toe that allowed users to play games against the computer. Gates was fascinated by the machine and how it would always execute software code perfectly. He scored 1,590 out of 1,600 on the Scholastic Aptitude Tests, SAT, and enrolled at Harvard College in the autumn of 1973. He chose a pre-law major but took mathematics and graduate-level computer science courses. While at Harvard, he met fellow student Steve Ballmer. Gates left Harvard after 2 years while Ballmer stayed and graduated magna cum laude. In 1975, the MIT's Altair 8800 was released based on the Intel 8080 CPU, and Gates and Allen saw the opportunity to start their own computer software company. Gates dropped out of Harvard that same year. His parents were supportive of him after seeing how much he wanted to start his own company. He explained his decision to leave Harvard.
If things hadn't worked out, I could always go back to school. I was officially on leave.
Gates and Allen established Microsoft on April 4, 1975, with Gates as the CEO, and Allen suggested the name Microsoft, short for microcomputer software. Microsoft's first product ever was a version of the programming language BASIC for the Altair 8800 microcomputer, released in 1975, one of the earliest versions of what we now know as the personal computer, or the PC. Microsoft went public March 13, 1986 at $21 per share. Gates's wealth continued to balloon after Microsoft's IPO and he became a billionaire in 1987 at age 31. At the time, he was the youngest person ever to reach the milestone. And by 1995, his fortune had grown to $12.9 billion, making the then 39-year-old the world's richest man. Since 1987, he has been included in the Forbes list of the world's wealthiest people. From 1995 to 2017, he held the Forbes title of the richest person in the world all but 4 of those years. During the late 1990s, Gates had been criticized for his business tactics, which have been considered anti-competitive. This opinion has been upheld by numerous courts. Gates led the company as chairman and CEO until stepping down as CEO in January 2000, but he remained chairman and became chief software architect. In June 2006, Gates announced that he would be transitioning to a part-time role at Microsoft and full-time work at the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, the private charitable foundation that he and his wife, Melinda Gates, established in 2000. He gradually transferred his duties to Ray Ozzie and Craig Mundie. He stepped down as chairman of Microsoft in February 2014 and assumed a new post as technology advisor to support the newly appointed CEO Satya Nadella. Later in his career and since leaving day-to-day operations at Microsoft in 2008, Gates has pursued a number of philanthropic endeavors. He has given sizable amounts of money to various charitable organizations and scientific research programs through the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, reported to be the world's largest private charity. In 2009, Gates and Warren Buffett founded the Giving Pledge, whereby they and other billionaires pledge to give at least half of their wealth to philanthropy. Gates has credited the generosity and extensive philanthropy of David Rockefeller as a major influence. Gates and his father met with Rockefeller several times, and their charity work is partly modeled on the Rockefeller family's philanthropic focus, whereby they are interested in tackling the global problems that are ignored by governments and other organizations. As of 2007, Bill and Melinda Gates were the second most generous philanthropists in America, having given over $28 billion to charity. The couple plan to eventually donate 95% of their wealth to charity. Then the question arises that how did Bill Gates accumulate so much wealth even after donating billions of dollars? Then let us see the Bill Gates investment strategies. The strategy that's been used on the investments is to be over 60% in equities. That's helped Gates add $16 billion to his net worth this year, taking his wealth to $106 billion. Then come on, let us see Gates' investment portfolio. Arcos Dorados Holdings, ARCO, $26.2 million, AutoNation, AN, $436.8 million, Berkshire Hathaway, BRK.B, $1.07 billion, Canadian National Railway, CNI, $7.6 billion, Coca-Cola FEMSA, KOF, $977 million, Deere & Company, DA, $4.2 billion, Ecolab, ECL, $4.5 billion, Ottertail, OTTR, $142.6 million, Republic Services, RSG $7.8 billion, Waste Management, WM, $1.3 billion, Legg Mason Fund, WIW, $131.8 million. Gates holds equity in Branded Entertainment Network, a brand integration and advertising company. He is chairman of TerraPower, a nuclear reactor design company. He has backed ResearchGate, a social networking site for researchers and scientists. Through Gates Ventures, his private office, he funds initiatives in clean energy, education, healthcare, etc. When it comes to real assets, Gates spends most of his time at his 66,000 square foot with approximately 500 feet of private waterfront on Lake Washington. The estate features top-of-the-line technology and gadgets befitting its 6 kitchens, 24 bathrooms, and 6 fireplaces. Nearly every amenity is computer-controlled, including automatic lights and music that follow you from follow. From room to room. In 2019, the property was assessed $1.04 million in taxes, implying an assessed value of $131.14 million at a 0.793% property tax rate. Gates is also rumored to own Grand Bogue Key, a 314-acre island off the coast of Belize in Central America, the largest island in that country. Grand Bogue Key is home to pristine beaches, abundant marine life, and excellent diving. It is reported that Gates purchased the island for upwards of $25 million. When we keenly observe the Gates portfolio, he has invested his 60% wealth on different companies that belong to different other sectors. Most people would love to have success like Bill Gates, however there are very few who have cultivated the necessary habits. While mimicking some of Bill Gates' habits probably won't turn you into a multi-billionaire, it can help you accomplish some of your goals. So some of Bill Gates' habits are as follows. 1. Start your day right. Bill Gates prefers starting off his day by treating his body to some exercise. Each morning he starts his day by spending an hour on the treadmill for his cardio requirements. The list of benefits we gain by starting our day with exercise is exhaustive. 2. Learn from your mistakes. Learning from one's mistakes is one of the biggest factors in maturity and growth. Bad decisions and their aftermaths furnish us with the most important lessons we can ever learn. Experience cannot be your teacher unless you are willing to heed the lessons. 3. Give credit to others. There is little stopping Bill Gates from taking all the credit for his achievements. He is, after all, a genius inventor and one of the richest men in the world. However, Gates has instead opted to live by the philosophy give credit where credit is due. 4. Never stop learning. There is a lot of value attached to being exposed to various experiences from an early age. When Bill Gates was in the 9th grade, his school bought an early personal computer, making Gates completely enthralled with the devices. 5. Trust your judgment. People who we come across in life will disappoint us and sometimes abandon us. Often they don't have as clear vision as we do, and allowing them to make decisions on our behalf could have disastrous consequences. This illustrates for us why it is important for us to trust ourselves. For Bill Gates, savvy investing in a diversified portfolio of financial assets, real estate, and collectibles helps ensure that his wealth will continue to grow. But beyond that, his philanthropic mission to donate much of his wealth to causes to help better the world may be his most significant investment and certainly a lasting legacy. It's fitting that his earnest YouTube channel promotes a better understanding of the world. A Redditor came across the treasure trove of inspirational and thought-provoking videos broadcast to Gates' 2,290,000 YouTube subscribers. Please do subscribe to his channel. There is a link in the description. Please share this video with your friends and subscribe to our channel. Do not forget to comment your opinion in the comment box. Please share this video with your friends and subscribe to our channel. Do not forget to comment your opinion in the comment box.